Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindu Center of Atlanta's weekly spiritual learning program. Today we are joined with Acharya Brahmadevji in the context of the Shravan Mass, and today is the Shravan Poornima when we celebrate the Raksha Bandhan. Acharya ji will talk about the Raksha Bandhan and Shravan Mass. Acharya
Om.
Brahmadevji has an inclusive educational background in science, banking, University of Mauritius, Management, ABE, UK, and Darshanacharya, Vedic Philosophy, Darshan Yoga Mahavidyalaya, Gujarat, and a diverse career in financial services industry. He has been a key resource person for Arya Sabha Mauritius on the universal Vedic values, yoga and meditation, and on interfaith and intercultural dialogue at various national and international forums. The Mauritius Council of Religions, Nidhi Sabha America, Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple, and Hindu Center of Atlanta Yoga and Meditation Center in Acharya.
Om. Namaste, everybody. Let's sit down straight. Bring our mind to focus, body totally relaxed in a straight line. The back, the neck, and the spine totally vertical. Comfortable in any posture that you may be. Closing the eyes gently. Deep inhale and exhale. Feel the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. We're going to chant Om 3 times, the universal sound, and observe how the energy, the vibrations travel through our body. When chanting Om, the O starts with the belly button region, vibrations moving up the spine, and with end part, if we are carefully observing ourselves, we'll see the vibrations at the level of the brain. Join the palms together, rub them gently. Cover your eyes, opening them gently below the palms, transferring the energy to the facial muscles. So welcome all and wish you all a happy Raksha Bandhan. Raksha Bandhan celebrates the brothers, sisters, or siblings relationship. It signifies protection and strong bonding. Celebrated on Shravan Poornima, the full moon of the month of Shravan. In previous sessions, we covered about the month of Shravan. Shravan itself comes from the word Shravan, which means listening. Careful, attentive listening to what? To the reading of the scriptures, the Vedas, the revelation by God to mankind. Month of Shravan itself is a month of highly spiritual connection. In the Vedic age, India was primarily, still is primarily an agricultural economy. So during monsoon, Agricultural business was more or less to a halt, and the heavy rainfall caused sages to move out of the hermits, come down to cities and villages for shelter. Also, people were idle, so they were benefiting from the knowledge that was imparted to them by these sages, seers. So there was the oral transmission of the Vedic Hindu knowledge from the sages to the common people. And that helped them to improve the physical, mental, moral, spiritual quality of life. Because listening, studying the Vedas always prompts us to be virtuous in life. Adopting the principles of righteousness and see the beauty of it. Shravani Upakarma. Upakarma means the start of the reading of the Vedas, especially in the context of the monsoon season, where we can make good use of the idle time. In modern days, probably not so idle, but then we can still say dedicate 10-15 minutes daily to connect back to the scriptures. And that creates the strong connection with spirituality and brings us to realize spirituality as spiritual reality in our daily life, allowing us to be ethical in whatever we do. And ethics in whatever we do will wean out negativities, negative thoughts, negative words, negative actions, negative feelings, negative emotions out of us. So that starts connecting us also to the source of peace, which is our inner self. Raksha Bandhan celebrated on the full moon day of Shravan. Let's see one basic connection. What does the full moon teaches us? It's called Poornima in Hindi and Sanskrit. So Poornima itself from the word Purna, complete. And the beauty of the full moon is appreciated by one and all across all the various cultures and throughout the various civilizations in history. And the beauty of the moon is that it's bright, but the light itself is soothing and calm. That leads us to understand we can be bright in our life, shining bright, but let's also be calm and soothing to all. And if we link that to Raksha Bandhan, it shows the quality of sibling relationships, which should be complete in itself and also soothing brilliance. Raksha itself, we all know at the start of the formal education system, the guru used to confer the Yajupavit or Janev to the child. What is there? There's one mantra which is also read. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vedveshavahai. It's a pledge between the guru and the child for mutual protection, for physical, mental, spiritual nourishment, great energy levels, sharpening the intellect, sustaining peaceful and serene learning atmosphere. And the last word is Ma Vedvesha Vahe, let there be no hate in that process of learning. And in the Arya Parva Padhati, when we are talking about Raksha, Bandhan and Shravani, the last mantra there also ends with Ma Vidvesha Vahe. Let there be no single trace, element of dvesh, of hate or aversion in our relationships. That's the beauty of it. The Yajupavit, known as Janev, sacred thread. And in the Vedic age, in the Gurukuls, there are so many kids who were helping along in various tasks in the Gurukuls. Some of them will go and look into the Goshala. Some will do the cleaning of the Gurukul. So it was an environment where each and everybody were contributing to their abilities in the maintenance, in the upkeep of the Gurukul premises. So those who were very able to look and had to get involved in so much of manual work, the Janev on the shoulder, that was a hindrance to them to do the work. So what happened? They started tying the short Janev along the wrist. And there becomes that concept of how we see the Raksha Sutra of today. That was for practical reasons that people adopted the short Janev. And the first reason of it is Dharmo Rakshati Rakshita. Will stand for Dharma, for righteousness in life. And if we stand for Dharma, for righteousness in life, even in sibling relationship, will create a better society. This ancient tradition, we see it as the Mauli, as the Pratisar or Kakukta in the various languages in India. It's the same thing, tied between the priest and the Yajman, and if there are many Yajman, then the Yajman tie it on the hands of each other. It's a pledge to stand for Dharma, which Dharma will protect us. And this is how it goes into the sibling relationships. The origin of the present day version of Raksha Bandhan. Raksha Sutra in the Vedic age was tied between the priest and the Yajman, between husband and wife, between father, mother, and kins, children. It was also tied between people in the community. It was a way of pledging our strong bonds with each and every member of the community. Present day version comes from the belief that Krishna got injured and Draupadi tore a strip of a sari, tying it to Krishna's wrist to stop the bleeding. But we don't find this in the Vyas Mahabharata. It came in later versions. Then there is a reference of Queen Karnavati of Chittorgarh with the widow of Rana Sanga who was attacked. And then she sent the Rakhi to Raksha Sutra to another king who came to her protection. But we find it also in Greek history when Alexander approached the adversary, very fierce adversary, Porus. And what happened? Alexander's wife sent the Rakhi to Porus. And while delivering the fatal blow to Alexander, Porus saw the Rakhi on his wrist and he didn't kill the enemy. So that saved even the enemy's life. But Raksha Bandhan is a very vibrant festival within the Indian diaspora across the world. It's a way to value the sibling relationships. Tying the thread around the wrist is just symbolical of the bond of care, of protection. I would say it's not a caring of the sister by the brother, but I would say it's mutual. It's a mutual bond. It's not a one-way traffic. It's a mutual bond between the sister and the brothers. Bond of care, bond of protection, bond of friendship. And consolidating those bonds, that's symbolical and a true symbol to safeguard each other. However, present-day preparations for Raksha Bandhan have become unimaginable. From the simple symbolical significance, it's gone to more or less skewed into commercial practices. I think the most simplest form, we keep it. We'll spare more and more time with each other and really get involved with all our heart, our emotions, our feelings in something which we prepare with our own hand. And that's why there's been so many posts on the social media. Let's keep it simple. Because when we do the Rakhi at home, we just get involved in preparing that. It doesn't take much time, the simple Rakhi. But then we also tie with it our feelings, our emotions. The beauty of it is that we see in modern times, US and Canada, people celebrate Siblings Day on April 10th. And across Europe, it's on May 31st. Brothers and Sisters Day in Europe. And it's Siblings Day in US and Canada. Whatever be the appellation, these honor the relationship between siblings. And as we say, life with the ups and downs often put siblings at crossroads. Whatever be the differences in opinion, let's not erase the emotional bonding. Let's not leave room for emotional distancing. As we say, जीवन में मतभेद तो होता ही है, लेकिन मनभेद नहीं होना चाहिए. जीवन में मतभेद तो होता ही है. Differences of opinion arise, लेकिन मनभेद नहीं होना चाहिए. Let's not distance ourselves from the emotional and spiritual bonding between siblings. Wishing all a happy Raksha Bandhan Day. Let's see how across various parts of India, it's celebrated. Rajasthan has a tradition calling it the Lumba Rakhi because of the various colors. Rajasthanis are used to that. But the core still is the integral part, integrating the whole family, all the families joining to celebrate Rakhi. Then Nag Panchami in South India. We have also Bhiman Amavasya in Karnataka. That's celebrated on the Amavasya day. But then there is the Jyotir Bhimashwar Vrat as another version of Rakhi in Karnataka. Then we have Janeu Poornima in Nepal. We have Anna Chelal Pandaga in Andhra Pradesh. So it's called differently. It's the same festival. And we have the Bhau Bij in Maharashtra and Bhai Tika in Nepal. And I mentioned the National Siblings Day in US and Canada, and the Brothers and Sisters Day in Europe. But we've seen the trend now coming also in Australia and Japan. And if we see how Friendship Day is celebrated, sending the wristband to friends. That's also another version of the Rakhi festival. So we see that now transcending the Hindu Vedic culture, now infiltrating the whole world. But let's keep it simple. Let's value the bond between siblings. It's really a beauty of human nature to value relationship, to value the bonds. And these are the basis of trying to build a peaceful, harmonious family, ultimately peaceful and harmonious community, society, nation, and whole world. It augurs true moments of sharing. And if we continue on that path, obviously we'll create a better world. That's the beauty of the cultures adopting in one way or the other, valuing, putting forward sibling relationships. And remember one word, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. So if the whole world is one family, we are all brothers and sisters as children of God, as we say generally. So let's value the sibling relationships across the whole of humanity in the spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. I'll leave it to you, Dhananjayji, to add anything which you would want to add. From my part, that's all for today.
Thank you, Acharyaji, for your universal values of this Raksha Bandhan. It is celebrated differently with different names in different part of the world. You have summarized it very well, and you explained that it is 10th of April in US and Canada, right, Acharyaji?
Yes.
31st of May in Europe. Same meaning, same concept in the different form. Means is some or the other way is everywhere in this world. Thank you, Acharya, for continuous enlightenment about the different cultures of Hinduism, and different type of festivals in this world. Just for the reminder for everyone, every Friday we have the program for the kids and young youth at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturday, weekly satsang, 10:30 a.m. And on Sunday, the spiritual learning for the adults at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Last, we will do the Om.
One deep inhale, and while exhaling, we do the Om Jap, still observing our own chanting and feeling the vibrations across us. And we'll see that we are the source of peace within our inner self. Thank you, and namaste to everybody. Have a nice week ahead. Thank you.